I seriously hope Anthony Joshua is not taking his American debut lightly in Andy Ruiz Jr. What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. Make sure you smash the like button. Also, subscribe to the channel for the latest and greatest in boxing. If you want to become part of the gang notification gang, please hit the bell icon. Shout out to the Super Chats, channel donations, the Venmo donations, and the Patreon family. We working. Now, I want to read, and this is kind of funny because Joshua just did some recent interview where he was saying he's not underestimating Andy Ruiz, but I'll let you know why I'm still making the video. I'll start with the Joshua quote. Joshua said, "It's not about what you look like, it's about craft, it's about skill, what's in your heart, in your head, that's what matters in the end." Andy Ruiz has shown that he has it all. He can fight and box, that's what matters. I think Andy is a great challenger and will bring it on June 1st. All I've heard is AJ will smash him in a round. From the outside, they think that anyone can box. So how is the guy that doesn't look like a boxer able to box? I always say that if you put 10 bodybuilders in the ring, not one of them could fight for a regional title in boxing. Take me out of my body, but keep the same attributes and height, same jab, same chin, same heart, and same mind, but I look different. I'd still get to the same position I am in because it's within you that makes you a champion. Your genetics and his genetics are the same, and he took the fight. Andy Ruiz, he's keen, he's game, and you cannot knock him. He can fight, and he got hands. He gave a world champion, Joseph Parker, lots of problems. And when you look at the fight that Parker gave Dillian White, when people are saying White can beat Wilder, Fury, and me, Andy Ruiz is championship level for sure, and I have not underestimated him one bit. Now, the reason I'm saying I hope he's not underestimating him despite saying that is because, obviously people show you what they want to see, but he's training in Miami right now. And I just seen it. I was just happened to be driving and it was on my homepage, so I clicked on it. And he has his own YouTube channel, as you guys know. And he was just basically doing like an MTV Cribs tour of his gym. It says like, "Welcome to my Miami office," and he's just going one by one, through the gym and talking about the graffiti on the wall, how his heavy bag fell off, why he has a smaller ring. It just seemed like an episode of MTV Cribs, and to me, that's a bit out of character for Anthony Joshua. Like if you look at his past fights, it's like you almost don't even know what's going in. You don't know what's happening. When he was fighting for Povetkin, beyond the DAZN kickoff, conference where Gerald Miller ran up on him and he had the belts and, being at Wembley taking some photos, you didn't really even see Anthony Joshua. But he keeps doing this, to satisfy his YouTube page. He's doing these behind the scenes things, and I just thought it was a bit out of character. And, aside from that, I seen him like on his Instagram. He had like a green do-rag and he's just riding through the city. And I know Miami for a fact. Miami's a fun place. It's just a fun place to be. So, I really hope he's not underestimating Andy Ruiz, like just saying something publicly and saying like, "Oh yeah, I'm not judging Andy Ruiz," and thinking because Andy Ruiz is much shorter and not in the best shape that it's going to be an easy fight. Because I told people when this fight was announced, I think Andy Ruiz Jr. can give a lot of problems to Anthony Joshua. He has deceptively fast hands. He doesn't really look like much. And all these things considered, if Joshua doesn't look stellar with the guy who had, 5.5 week training camp and doesn't quote unquote look the part, then that's going to be a big, it's going to have a negative impact. You have to also look at what just transpired in the same city. I just left New York, got back to Cali yesterday. Deontay Wilder knocked out a mutual opponent that Joshua fought. Took 7 rounds for Anthony Joshua to get rid of Dominic Breazeale, and he got rid of him via technical knockout. Wilder destroyed him really with a one-hitter quitter and knocked him out in the first round. Joshua himself before the fight said, "I think Wilder will beat Breazeale, but I hope he beats him late, around 9 or so I could say I knocked him out sooner." But that didn't happen. Beyond that, Wilder his profile continues to grow. I made a video about it. He just won 2 sports Emmys, him along with Steven Espinoza and Showtime, for the Wilder Fury docu-series, and this is an interesting timing, for Joshua, how Wilder just fought and went viral. That puts a lot of pressure in my eyes on the big 3, both Joshua and Tyson Fury, because they're the guys that have they're part of the big 3 in the heavyweight division, and they're the guys with the next upcoming fights. And I just seen Anthony Joshua. He's doing things a little bit different. Some of these other fight camps like Parker and Povetkin, I don't really remember much of a presence, but he's like driving down the street and smiling. And like I said, I know for a fact Miami is definitely a fun place, especially probably being from the UK or something, going to a place like Miami. They got lots of good food. They got beaches, very scenic. I was just in Miami not too long ago. I went there before covering a fight in New York. I was there for a day. Broner was training out there. And, I just hope he's not underestimating Anthony Ruiz. But it really struck me as odd with the crib style show. I know, I don't know how long it took to film. And I know he's probably not the one who's editing. He got someone doing it. But he's just casually walking through the gym. And it's like it almost feels forced. Like he's trying to be like the people's champ and really inspirational, and stay humble because of this and that. And I don't know. I just feel like there's a lot of pressure on him as well, and I hope he's not too distracted in Miami. Like I said, I see him like sun tanning and using the massage machine. You just watch it, just follow him on Instagram, and you'll see what I'm talking about. Because Wilder, that's obviously the guy that people want to see him fight, and he just had a sensational performance. So for an American debut, I know there's going to be pressure. And like I say, Andy Ruiz is easy to look at him and not think much of him, especially when you've had a full training camp and he hasn't. And he's much smaller than Anthony Joshua. I'm surprised they haven't even done a press conference with this, since it's been announced that Gerald Miller was out and that Ruiz was in. But regardless, I'm curious for this fight to see how it plans out, because I think there is a lot of pressure, especially since Joshua himself said he didn't really care about satisfying the American market. He obviously turned down $50 million to fight Deontay Wilder, and now he's here. I think that was more by, I'm not going to say force, but DAZN had a big ask of him because they need the subscribers. So he got DAZN, he has to help carry, and he got this big ass gym. It just go watch the video if you don't know what I'm talking about. Go watch the crib style video of his gym. Like he's just talking about how he has all this space and graffiti and what the graffiti means. This is it's weird. And like I said, maybe it's because he didn't have a YouTube channel before, but it seems a bit out of character. So I really hope he's not sleeping on Andy Ruiz, because I think Andy Ruiz is definitely a sleeper type of opponent, especially one you weren't training for. Andy Ruiz looks pretty durable, has, like I said, deceptively fast hands. He has some body work, and to my knowledge, there's nothing that's changed with his camp. He's already had a fight with Al Heyman, so he has some activity on the Danny Garcia Granados card. So he recently fought, and he really has nothing to lose here. Like I've said before, Andy Ruiz doesn't have much to lose because he's brought in. He's the guy that doesn't look the part. He's the guy who's shorter. He's the guy who hasn't had a full camp. He's the guy expected to just be, a chopping block. And that's what it is. But in his heart, I think he's going to come to fight, because that's what he always does. And beyond that, he has a chance to set history for a Mexican fighter to become heavyweight. This has never happened. So I really hope, I've seen it before, where people don't have their best night or get upset, like Lennox Lewis, Hasim Rahman, because Hasim Rahman had reached that pinnacle, and he was in Ocean's 11 filming scenes with Klitschko and stuff, and he was wildly distracted. And then he got in there with Hasim Rahman, and Rahman, just hungry American, came with a different plan. Rahman was much smaller, shorter than Lennox Lewis, things like that. So, not saying that's guaranteed going to be the case here, but I hope he he's not just enjoying that Miami life, because it just seems different. And Marvin Hagler, I think, is the one that had the quote, "It's hard to wake up at 7 a.m. and go running 8 miles in silk pajamas." And it looks like Joshua's enjoying the Miami life like he's Scarface or something. Just like I said, just watch his recent videos and his little web series or whatever on YouTube, and then you'll see. And I just hope that that's not distracting from the main goal. He's like, "Oh yeah, I should do one of these gyms in London." He just seemed really nonchalant. You got a fight coming, and it reminds me, it kind of puts me in the mindset of Conor McGregor. He started getting more and more money, and then he had that gym built, and he had that picture of him punching Mayweather's face airbrushed on the wall, and all this extra shit. But that don't have nothing to do with training. You know what I'm saying? That don't have, and you lost to Floyd Mayweather. I'm not saying Andy Ruiz is Floyd Mayweather, but I'm interested because this is very interesting. A lot of pressure on Joshua, for DAZN. The DAZN needs their stars to keep winning. Canelo just won. Wilder just won in his division, in the heavyweight division, sensationally in New York. So I know he's going to be looking to make a big splash, but like I said, Ruiz is not someone you could sleep on, and I wouldn't want to make a bunch of mistakes, because every mistake that Joshua makes with Ruiz is now amplified because he's brought in on late terms, smaller, looks to be, not in the best shape. So that'll be real bad. We'll see how it plays off. And there's allegedly like 10,000 Brits coming, so we're gonna see how it plays off. But I wanted to make a video of it because it just really struck me as weird and out of character for Joshua doing this crib style. I don't know if he's trying to show people his personality more, but it didn't seem like normal Joshua stuff. Like I'm thinking back to the Parker fights and Povetkin fight. It's usually closed camp and you don't really know what's going on. He doesn't let you into his world. So I don't know, maybe it's a PR move, but it just seemed a bit weird to me. Let me know what you guys take from it. Drop your thoughts in the comment section. Make sure you smash the like button as always. Hate, comment, and subscribe. 10x Videos, Ego signing off. So if you enjoyed this video and want more content like this on the channel, you can show your appreciation by going to the PayPal donate button or the YouTube support button, and you can donate any amount that you feel is equivalent to the value of this video. Much more to come. Thank you guys for your support. Boxing Ego, the future of boxing.